Our view has been that we're not opposed to $15 minimum wage. Our biggest issue was how quick this has been. When you think it's been like a 30-something% increase in the space of about 18 months, that's tough to swallow as a business. And our view was, okay, that's the aim is to get, and we're not at 15 yet. There's another 10% to come increase. If you want to get to 15, just make it an easier, let's ease into this. Let's make it over a longer period of time to give the opportunities to businesses to adapt. Because as a business, you know that raising the minimum wage is not only dealing about the minimum wage, you're dealing with the entire wage structure. And this is when the government says, well, okay, it's easy to implement, you just raise the floor. But in fact, businesses will tell you, no, we got to be fair to our employees that have been around for a while. They were making 15 before, and now if you just raise the floor and don't raise everybody, then it's unfair to them for having been around, contribute to your firm, and be at the same level as somebody who's just walking into a job. So it's the entire wage structure that needs to be addressed. And this is tough. So to me, it's more about adjustments. What is the economic impact of it? Honestly, the jury is still out. And we've seen, and I've participated in meetings with the Ontario government and others, like really smart economists out there trying to crunch the numbers. And it's tough, because you got to see, yes, it's raising business costs. At the same time, you're putting more money into the pockets of individuals who have what economists call a high propensity to spend. Basically, every dollar you give them an extra, they're going to be out there and spending it. As opposed to if you give it to somebody who's a multimillionaire, they're probably going to save it, so it might not generate economic activity. So from a macroeconomic point of view, how you want to look at it is on the net effect. Yes, raising business costs, but folks are spending more. What is the net benefit? And I would say the jury is still out. We don't really know at the end of the day what it's going to do. I think the government's optics on this is that they look at in terms of more about income inequality and what it's going to do to address issues of income inequality. We've seen it, some of the reaction, the effect so far has been in the restaurant business. When you look at inflation numbers, first few months of this year, where all economists were scrutinizing every element of the CPI, so inflation in Ontario, to see where is that higher minimum wage going to show up. And it did show up in the restaurant prices. They've gone up. So businesses have, when they see their costs moving up, what do? They say, well, can I pass this on to customer? Some cases they can. A lot of cases they can't. So if they can, who's going to bear the cost of it is going to be the consumers. They're going to pay more. Where they can't, it's going to be presumably their profitability. But I assume that this could be just a transitory phase, in the sense that if I'm a business, I see my profitability go down a bit. What can I do to restore my profitability? I don't like this. And this is where more and more we might see, if they can, hiring more, buying more machines to automate things, to improve your systems in place, to reduce your need for labor. And so this might lead to more investment in machinery and equipment and processes, business processes, et cetera, et cetera. So at the end of the day, over the longer term, I'm a big fan of Ontario businesses. They're very dynamic, very creative. They'll find solutions. But my bigger, concern is more the short term, how quickly they can adjust to this.